guys, it's Jackie. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Dips and Dialogues. Today I have a very special guest with me.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarai.
Sarai is my very good friend, and her and I are going to be talking to you guys today about some red flags that you should not be avoiding in your relationships. Our dip of choice today is going to be hummus, because we love some hummus, and we have a bowl of cucumber, carrots, and some crackers to dip with our hummus. We are super excited to talk about this topic because literally all of us are going through it right now. If you guys are interested in being a part of this dialogue, then just make sure you continue to keep watching.
And don't forget to leave your comments down below. Give us your opinions because we love the feedback.
Most definitely. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching this video. It's so good to see you guys again. And if you are a new subscriber, just like Sarai said, definitely make sure to give this video a like and to leave a comment down below. And we'd love if you would subscribe to the channel and become a part of the family. Alright, so Sarai and I came up with a couple of the red flags that we ourselves don't like dealing with. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I came up with 5. She came up with 5 as well. You let us know in the comments down below if you agree with these red flags, because obviously we know everyone has different red flags. So let us know what you guys think. The first thing I put down on my list, Sarai, is he's a relationship addict. Okay, so I know a lot of people who tend to go from relationship to relationship to relationship, and there's no shame in that, but I think there's also benefits in taking that time that you need to just step back and learn more about yourself, and you can only really do that when you're by yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that either, because if he can't be by himself, does he really know himself? That's extremely important. So if you can't be by yourself, that is definitely a red flag for me as well.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Let us know.
So my first red flag is someone who is controlling. So what do I mean by that? Like, maybe he tells you, oh, I don't really like what you're wearing, it's showing too much. It could also look like maybe he's like wants you to be home at a certain time, like, oh, don't be out too late. Like, why? I don't like that dynamic where a guy is like telling you what to do, being controlling about who you talk to, what
telling
you wear,
who you can be friends with.
Exactly. That is a really big red flag for me, because in a way it can maybe mean that he wants to isolate you, and that's definitely a big red flag.
It's like basic respect. Of course, when you're in a relationship with someone, you're going to consider their thoughts and feelings, but that's a conversation to have. That's not a I'm your man so I can now run your life.
Exactly.
That's not how
it can be a conversation. That's perfectly fine. Like, if they have concerns, that's perfectly normal. But it's just like their tone too, how they say it, and there can't be like any ultimatums. I think that's a little bit extreme. So yeah,
for sure, those are some good ones. The next one I have on my list is bad communication. And this does not mean that you're a bad like texter, because people say that all the time, like, Jackie, you hate texting. I'm like, and I really do. I don't like to text. I'm old school. I'd rather you pick up the phone and call me and tell me what you want to tell me, rather than be stuck to a phone all day long texting. I'm more referring to the fact that he is not like conscientious of his emotional intelligence. Like, if you aren't capable of knowing how you feel about something and being able to articulate that and express that to your significant other, that's a problem. A lot of times men are raised in households where they're taught to like not show their feelings, and they want to be macho. But like, when you're in a relationship, especially with a woman, where our primary form of communicating is like an emotional thing, you have to learn to let that guard down and like be open with the person that you're with.
Totally agree with that one.
That's a big red flag for me, if he can't like communicate at all about how he's feeling.
So my next one is someone who is very attached to their past. So this could be like constantly bringing up an ex, shows maybe that he's still hurt by his past. I think that's a little red flag, because it might indicate that there needs to be some healing going on there, and it's always better to like work through those things before you jump into a relationship with somebody. So that is kind of a red flag for me. Maybe not a red flag, maybe a pink flag. Still something that would worry me a little bit.
My next red flag is when you feel like you're not in a safe place to be emotionally vulnerable with the person that you're with. Guys, this is huge for me. Okay, like, part of being in a healthy relationship is feeling safe with the person that you're with. I need to feel safe that when I tell you things about my life or my past or whatever the case may be, I want to feel like the person that I'm telling this stuff to is going to receive that well. It doesn't mean that you're going to agree with the choices that I've made or that you're going to agree with my thought processes behind my decisions, but ultimately I want to feel that you're taking the time to like listen and allow me to like feel safe to open up to you about those things. The second a guy starts like judging you about something that you're sharing with him, huge red flag, because all that's gonna do is make me close down and not want to open up anymore to that person. Be an adult and be mature and be able to handle a conversation like that without making you feel like bad about yourself.
Right, I agree. And also like somebody who doesn't get mad when you bring something to their attention, that's also another red flag. That's actually my next red flag, is somebody who has like a short temper and is mean-spirited. Like either that can be like name calling, disrespecting you, or just like Jackie said, like when you bring up an issue with them, if they like fly off the handle and get really upset with you right away, and then you're not going to feel safe to express what you feel. So I think someone being short-tempered is kind of a red flag for me.
Definitely. So we talked about the importance of feeling safe emotionally with the person that you're with, but I also think that it's a red flag when you are not able to feel physically and mentally safe with the person that you're with. Obviously, you guys, it goes without being said that if you are in an abusive situation, that is not a good thing, and you should really consider something better for yourself, because you know that's just not healthy at all. But there are some times where you're not being physically hurt, but you're being mentally hurt. So if that person is always putting you down and that person's always making you feel bad about yourself, and you know gaslighting is happening in the relationship where you're trying to like advocate for yourself and they're always making you feel like you're the one that's doing something wrong, those are never ever healthy situations to be in, guys. At this point, for me, at my age, I would rather be single than to be in a relationship that is making me crazy. Right.
If they're stressing you out, if they're not there for you, so my next red flag is someone who cannot apologize. I think this is a huge red flag. Someone who has a lot of pride and can't admit when they're wrong. I do think that is a red flag, because how are you ever going to move forward? How are you ever going to fix your issues if the person can't recognize when they messed up? We all mess up. It's normal. Admitting that you messed up doesn't mean that you're a terrible person. It just means that you are aware of your weaknesses, where you go wrong, your mistakes, and I think that's actually a really healthy and good thing when somebody can admit that they messed up and apologize for it.
I'm going to transition on to something a little bit more future thinking. It is a big red flag to me when I'm dating somebody or I'm talking to somebody and so many things about what we want in life are misaligned. So obviously, in and of itself, it's not a red flag for you to want certain things out of your life. But if I see that they're not matching up with mine, like my deal breakers and your deal breakers are completely like not together, then that is a red flag for the relationship. That's probably gonna tell me that, hey, I need to take a step back and make sure that this person and I are actually like going the same direction. He's not wrong and you're not wrong for wanting certain things, but if you're gonna be together, you guys have to be able to come to terms with certain things and compromise. And if you guys can't compromise on those specific issues, it's a red flag, and that's a no-go for the relationship in my mind.
That's a good one. That also ties into my next red flag, which is someone who has no goals or ambitions. So I think that when somebody doesn't have any goals or ambitions, that makes me feel like Jackie said, we're not aligned in a way. Because me personally, I would like to have somebody who is always striving to do better, to be better. Like, I love that mentality. I love having a positive mindset, someone who is career oriented, who has big goals, short-term goals, long-term goals, all of that. So definitely focus on yourself first, to make yourself the best version of you so that you can attract somebody who is also the best version of themselves.
All right, that is awesome. I hope that you guys found some of these red flags helpful. We're gonna transition now into a fun little segment. It's going to be a little game that I came up with. Sarai and I are going to be picking from this pile of index cards. She put down a couple red flags and green flags, and so did I. And then we mix them up together, and once we read them, we're gonna decide Is that a red flag for you, or is that a green flag for you? You guys can let us know in the comment section down below what you found to be a green flag and what you found to be a red flag. Ready to get started?
I'm ready.
All right, Sarai, how about you grab the first one and get the game started?
Alrighty. So, the first one is someone who is clingy. For example, always calling and texting. Is that a red flag or a green flag?
Always calling and texting all day long.
Yeah.
Like that's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Red flag.
I am the type of person where I like to be in constant communication with the person that I'm with. So for me, that's a green flag. If somebody wasn't calling and texting me all day, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like,
see? Okay.
I'm not a priority.
I can understand that. See, I'm a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Less maintenance, I guess. I don't need someone to text me throughout the entire workday. Like maybe a couple texts here and there to let me know that you're thinking about me. There's levels to it. And you never know, maybe I meet someone that makes me want to talk to them all day long.
Exactly.
So, all right.
Alrighty. Someone who doesn't want kids.
For me, it would be a red flag because I would like children.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to co-sign and say it's a red flag for me as well. I definitely want children, so I have to be with somebody who also wants children.
Right, but if that's not you and you're content with it just being you and him and he's okay with that too, then more power to you.
Next up, someone who is short-tempered.
You're not about to be yelling at me all day.
Yeah, no hothead.
No, someone who love bombs you, compliments you, gives you gifts, etc. I mean, how can that be bad though? How can that be bad?
Some people think that love bombing is like, well, I mean, okay, the term love bombing kind of has a negative connotation in the sense of it's like they're doing this right off the bat, like as soon as you guys meet.
Oh, so I needed a backstory.
Yes, that's what love bombing is.
Okay, so like right in the beginning before you've even like established a relationship.
Yeah, they're already like love bombing you in the beginning.
That's weird for me.
Right? That is a little weird, but I think I'm gonna give it a pink flag.
I'd have to see why he's giving me gifts. Like, is it like I'm thinking of you kind of gift? Is it like we talked about butterflies and I know you like butterflies and I saw this pretty butterfly necklace, so I thought I'd get it for you? That's thoughtful.
Yes.
We like a thoughtful guy.
Exactly.
But like buying me purses and stuff.
If he's like doing it because it's the norm for him to do this with every girl he meets, it's kind of like, why do you want somebody to be so invested in you so early on? It could be a red flag. So it's depending on the reasons why they do it.
Yeah,
so.
I definitely think it's circumstantial.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Doesn't have a job or a car. Oof, I'm sorry, but that is a very big red flag for me. Yeah.
And it's not for superficial reasons necessarily.
It's just like me and Jackie were a little bit older, so we need a man who has his SHIT together.
100%. And it's also circumstantial because if you don't have a job or a car right now, but like you have active plans in place to get those things, then we can understand something like that. Yeah. But if you're just kind of like no ambition, you're just chilling, your dad drives you everywhere, just stay home. It's not gonna work. Not for me. Oh my god. He can't cook, but he expects you to know how to. Oh my god, no way. That is a huge red flag. Come on. I think you guys already know. Yeah. Okay. No. Obviously, it's like this is so wrong on so many levels. The word expect is what gets me. Yeah. You can't have expectations like that. I'm a traditional person, I would say. I think I'm pretty traditional. I'm okay with cooking the meals in my home. I'm okay with like washing clothes and washing my husband's clothes. Like, I have no problem doing all like the cute wifey stuff. Some girls don't want to do any of that, and that's okay too. Like, that's their way of living. But the word expect is where I kind of have to draw the line, because I don't want any of that. I would love to marry a guy who can also cook and also help clean and also help do laundry, so that if I'm ever sick, I know my poor children like still have someone who can like take care of things around, you know? So yeah, don't expect me to do anything, but appreciate that I enjoy doing that and that I'm willing to do that. Yeah, and a man who cooks, that's like amazing. Cream of the crop. You win already. Yes. 5 brownie points for you. Next up, he's a Christian, but he doesn't want to actually practice it. So he doesn't go to church, is what you're saying. He doesn't have a relationship with God. He doesn't You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
no like fruit behind him being a Christian.
That's a red flag.
Right?
Definitely a red flag, because you know, faith is something that's important to both of us, and it should be important to the person that you're with. So I think it's definitely a red flag.
We have one more. Someone who is emotionally and spiritually in tune. That's so important.
That's a huge green flag.
So important. I mean, green flag all the way. Okay, physical attraction is not the most important thing. I think we all can agree on that.
Yeah.
However, it's what gets them through the door.
Exactly.
Okay, you have to be physically attracted to the person that you're with. But when you are spiritually and emotionally attracted to the person that you're dating,
that's like a win-win.
it's like, thank you, Jesus. Like,
Yeah.
how is this even possible? That is like the best thing that you could honestly hope for.
Yeah.
So, huge green flag for me.
We did
Yay, good job, Sarai.
That was actually really fun.
Awesome, I'm glad that you liked it. All right, you guys, that is the end of the video. I hope that you guys found these red flags helpful. Everybody has things that we need to work on, but these red flags still can be helpful because you want to make sure that you're paying attention to them and that you're setting yourself up to be in positive and healthy relationships. On my channel here, we just did the red flags video, but over on Sarai's channel, we are now going to be filming a video all about the green flags of relationships. So once we're done here, make sure you go on over to her channel and check out our video over there.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to watch the video on my channel.
Thank you, Sarai, for being a part of this video today. I had so much fun making it with you. Make sure you guys follow Sarai on her socials. I'll make sure to add them down at the bottom of this video. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching me every single week, and I can't wait to catch you guys in the next one. Love you and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.